So that opened up a whole bunch of rooms. So let's... Secret chamber. The room is bare, save for a huge device in the middle of the floor. The ceiling is at least 2 stories high, and the column-like device reaches up to it. Look at handprint. The print looks as if 4 long bony fingers had been pressed into the metal surface of the device while it was molten, and then removed after it had cooled. Touch, handprint. You push your hand into the depression. Suddenly, hidden lights send beams of radiance up to the ceiling and beyond. The device crackles with power, and electricity flares inside. The flare travels up the column, followed by another and another. When the device is completely bathed in a blaze of light, it suddenly all goes dark. Moments pass as if the device were waiting for something. Suddenly it explodes again with the same blinding white light. The process reverses itself, and when the last loop of energy has disappeared, you feel the whole building hum with power. From the machine room to the west, you hear a high ringing tone, gradually getting louder and louder. Soon this is followed by a grinding noise and a high-pitched whine. Your score has gone up by 10. Cool. Look at laser. Don't seem to see any lasers. Look at light. Underneath a transparent shield, beams of light are focused through a yellow crystal. Look at screen. Red Hichi characters crawl over the prominent holoscreen. You guess they are measurements of exterior atmospheric data, but have no way to tell if you are right. A meter at the bottom displays a red line which extends 1 notch. A tiny Hichi symbol is located just under a huge holoscreen. It looks like a triangle below a curving quarter moon. A screen goes wild, lights and colors cycling crazily. Eventually the instrument settles down, but purple symbols continue to glow. Look at shield. The shield is set into the top of the machine. Beneath you can see the cracked crystal. Okay. What else do we have here? So map room. Supply room. You're in a small, bare room. Shelves and cabinets indicate the room must have held supplies at one time, but nothing remains. Look. So wait, nothing remains. Open cabinets. Ichi must have locked the cabinets and taken the key when they left. Well, I guess this room just exists for the other thingy to be there. Hangar! The walls stretch up into a domed ceiling high above you. Black metal moorings span the distance between the walls and a Hichi ship sitting in the center of the hangar. A ladder on the side of the ship leads up to an open hatch. You see a small access tunnel to the north and squat black machine to the west. You try to squeeze into the access tunnel, but you find it's too small. Okay, look at control module. Can I do anything down here now that everything's powered up? Oh! That sounds like a yes. You hear a great roar as the roof above you yawns open. Suddenly, hundreds of lampreys pour into the opening. They swarm over everything, especially the power leads and cables. Lights dim as the lampreys siphon off the energy from the station. Your score's gone up by 10. Wow, those lampreys look kind of creepy. Well, from the picto that one of the chords did, they didn't seem to like weird vibrations. So let's try hit tuning fork, since I've had this for a really long time. You strike the tuning fork. It produces an eerie ringing tone. Beyond the transparent plate of the squat black machine, the yellow crystal vibrates to the resonance of the fork. The vibration becomes worse and the crystal cracks. The once docile machine begins to rattle and produce a loud, high-pitched whine. Immediately the lampreys lift off and swarm about the room in confusion. The noise seems to drive them away, and they leave as one through the open roof. Your score's gone up by 25. Yay! I broke something, and Apparently the Lampreys aren't happy I did. Let's see if I can do that in here. Hit fork. Strike the tuning fork, it does not crack any further. Okay. Oh, now the screen's blue. Look at screen. Blue, which extends 3 notches. And goes red. Yeah, let's look at all the different colors. So, okay, so red is 1 notch. Whoa. Look at screen. Screen. Look at screen. So green is 5 notches. Orange is 4 notches. At screen. Yellow is 2, so red, yellow, blue. That's 6. So what was it? Red, yellow, blue, orange, green, purple? That sounds about right. It seems worth noting down. Let's go up into the ship. Aha! Okay, this is the largest single-pilot Heechee craft you've ever seen. The standard equipment is all here, with the addition of a strange control panel beside the hatch. Look at control panel. It's a squat box-shaped contraption with a tiny slot towards the bottom. It is located on the floor next to the hatch. A hollow screen is suspended above it. The panel is active. A panel is popped open, revealing 6 buttons, each glowing a different color. Red, blue, green, yellow, purple, and orange. Haha! A simple symbol is inscribed on the control panel. It looks exactly like the symbol you saw in the machine room under the huge hollow screen. Well, there you go. Should look at screen. It's a standard Heechee design hollow screen. Okay, so let's try pushing them in the same order that where they were, or not. Well, in the same order as the notches. So push red. Button. You depress the red button and pushes into the panel and stops. Something grinds behind the panel, but it sounds wrong. That's not good. Push... What was the next one? Yellow... Button. You press the yellow button, but nothing happens. The red button is still depressed. Aw, the red button's depressed. Push... Blue... Button. You press the blue button, but nothing happens. The red button is still depressed. The red button pops out from the panel. That does not seem to be working. Let's see what else we got going on here. Look at chair. It's a standard Heechee indented chair, but it's set into a double rail so it can slide between the many instruments in the ship. Equipment. Let's see what else we have here. Harness, hatch. Slot. Look at slot. Small, inconspicuous slot towards the bottom of the control panel. Okay, what should go in that slot? Look at symbol. A simple symbol is described in the control panel here. It looks like the same symbol you saw in the machine room under the huge hollow screen. I suddenly feel like I need to put something in that slot. Oh, I think I have an idea. Okay, let's go back down. Actually, let's try breaking the thing again. Hit fork. Strike the thing, produces a strange UI. Inside the strange thing, crystal vibrates, it does not crack further. Wow. East. Open shielding. Okay. Oh. Open shield. Although the shield may seem fragile, it resists all attempts to open or break it. A screen goes wild, lights, colors cycling crazily. Eventually the instrument settles down, but purple symbols continue to glow. Hit shield with fork. No. I am missing something and I don't recall what. Oops. Cut shield. You hack away the shield, no noticeable damage. Blah. Look at symbol. Tiny Ichi symbol is located just under the huge hollow screen. It looks like a triangle below a curved quarter moon. Look at symbols. Oh, right. There's multiple symbols. I don't like that. Examine shield. Especially cracked crystal. Examine cracked crystal. You know what? I have an idea. Let's try getting the thingy in there. Okay, up. Look at module. Okay, so let's just get you in here. So right now there is 3 notches. So let's try blue. Push blue button. You press the blue button, the color buttons withdraw into the panel, which glows a subdued blue. Some piece of machinery clunks into place behind the panel. Metal moorings attached to the exterior of the ship falls away and the hatch slams closed. Oh, okay, that's what I had to do. Didn't need to know the pattern at all, I just need to know which color was which. Ha 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 ha! Metal moorings attached. Rumbling spreads the floor and the ship lifts off. Your score has just gone up by 50. The ship tears away from the small frozen world. Soon the planet is only a glowing coin far behind you. As the ship exits the planet's gravitational pull, the faster-than-light drive kicks in. Stars blur and you are catapulted into dark space. I think we're probably going to call it after we land wherever we land. You'd heard that some Hichi ships were targeted to orbit black holes. The Hichis seemed to have a fascination for them, but you never expected to emerge from Tau space right next to one. Your surprise turns into panic when your ship sails straight for the center of the swirling maelstrom. Uh-oh. That seems dangerous. I saw a Doctor Who episode with a black hole. It was bad. The black hole, not the episode. The episode is awesome. The ship begins to shake. Unseen forces pull at the walls, and the seams start to buckle. You fear that any second the ship will crumble and entomb you in a coffin of Hichi metal. Then suddenly the shaking stops. You notice a small coil starting to glow. The same seemingly insignificant coil that Earth scientists have puzzled over for decades. As the glow begins stronger, the ship stabilizes. The black hole opens its maw, and the ship slips easily inside. Flash! As you leave the event horizon behind you, and come out into the core of the black hole, the space in front of your ship is ablaze with light. Puzzled, you stare through the view screen until you realize that the light is coming from thousands of stars inside the core. Before you can collect your thoughts, the ship dives into an entry path towards a nearby planet. The atmosphere buffets the ship for a few moments, then the ride smooths out as you sail on over an alien city. Not an ancient dead city of decayed ruins, but a city full of light and motion. A city that is unmistakably Hichi. The ship drops into a long vertical tunnel and touches down as soft as a feather. You take a deep breath and go to open the hatch, but before you get there, it pops open and an alien creature steps into the cockpit. Although the creature is amazingly similar to humans, at first all you notice are the differences. The alien is hairless. A tan hide is stretched taut over ropey muscles and bone. The eyes are large and contain pupils shaped like plus signs. He has no ears to speak of, and his nose isn't much more than 2 slits. His forehead is oversized and imposing. You look down and see that his thin legs are set very far apart on his pelvis, and between them hangs a tan pyramid-shaped pod. Without a doubt, you have met your first live Heechee. The Heechee makes a few quick noises, nothing like any language you've ever heard. When you don't respond, he makes a series of incomprehensible gestures. All you can do is stand and stare. Eventually, he tires of trying to communicate with you and gives you a gentle shove towards the hatch. You climb out of the hatch and down the ladder. A crowd of Heechee have surrounded the ship. They press towards you, gawking and staring and chattering in their strange language. Your companion follows you out of the ship and pushes his way through the mob, indicating that you should follow. He leads you into a building and then to a quiet, stale room with a couch in the center. I saw a couch like that. He motions for you to lie on the couch. The items you carry are all taken away. Something cold is attached to your head, and then things get blurry. It feels as if information is being sucked out of your brain. Time passes, then a painful stream of knowledge suddenly comes screaming into your mind. You lose track of time as this cycle is repeated over and over. After what seems like hours, the cycle stops. Your Heechee friend is there, and when he speaks to you, you are amazed to find that you understand him. Please rest here. The High Council is discussing the information you bring. You will be taken to them when they are ready for you. He contorts his face into a grotesque expression and leaves, closing the door behind him. It's the floating head of Oz! Within the hour, he returns and escorts you into an imposing room. Other Heechee sit in tall chairs around you, and in one of them you see a huge, glaring, disembodied head. Your escort leaves and you feel very much alone. The creature directly in front of you speaks. Welcome, human. My name is Phthisis. I am first seat of the council. He gestures to the disembodied head and says, To my right is Fogram, representative of the ancient ancestors and advisor to the council. The head continues to glare at you. Phthisis smiles nervously and turns to his other side. To my left is Convergence, second seat. Convergence tilts his head humbly towards you. What? No. Tilts his head towards you and smiles in a startlingly human fashion. Wow, I am seeing words that do not exist. Phthisis continues. We are delighted to discover another sentient race in the galaxy and welcome you with open arms. However, you bring disturbing news. It seems that members of your own race traveled to the very home of the foe, the assassins you call them, in order to summon destruction upon your homeworld. We do not understand this behavior. That you seek to stop them, however, we do understand. The huge hand of Fogram breaks the silence and cuts in. You wish to intercept these terrorists. You wish to follow them to the very heart of the foe. Yet you carry with you the knowledge of our location. Do you know what the foe will do to you? They will learn everything that you know, just as we have done. They will learn that we exist, and they will learn where we hide. With this knowledge, they will find us and destroy us. Is that what you want? Convergence immediately replies, Of course he doesn't. He didn't even know that he was coming here. It was only the pre-programmed transport that automatically brought him here from the rescue station. He doesn't mean us any more harm than we mean him. Convergence says this last while looking directly at Fogram as if challenging him to disagree. Phthisis tries to regain control, saying, Human, I must tell you that we have already voted on your future. We cannot allow you to leave. As Fogram wisely points out, you know where we live. If the foe managed to capture you, they would destroy us they have destroyed countless other civilizations. The question now is, what to do with you? I am totally losing the voices all at once. Convergence smoothly steps into the conversation. Soon it will be the common knowledge that an alien has entered the core. We cannot hide his presence. The Hichi will clamor to see him. Let us give him to the people. He can talk to them, tell them about his race. Let him lecture at the place of learning. Fogram storms. You wish to let him loose to tell everyone how we will allow the foe to destroy his race? The masses will rise up against us. They cannot be expected to understand the necessity of detaining him. We must keep him secure, away from the public eye. Nor can we lock away the first representative of a sentient race as though he never existed, states Convergence. We must be realistic. If the human agrees not to discuss the foe, I say we should set him free. Fogram glares at Convergence. Can we wager this council's security on the human's honor? I say never. Physis nods his head and opens his mouth to speak, but Convergence quickly cuts him off. We must vote, says Convergence. Physis stops, reconsiders, and says, Convergence is right. This must be put to a vote. The hall fills with subdued murmuring, and after a few moments you hear a small ping. Physis states, The voice of the council tells me that upon the human's agreement to say nothing of Earth's current situation, we shall integrate him into Hichi society as a lecturer. The decision infuriates Fogram. With a growl, the projected head winks out, leaving behind nothing but empty space. Convergence steps down from his seat and approaches you. I am glad for the result. Be sure the vote was close. Even though he died many years ago and now is a member of the mass minds, Fogram is still very powerful. Let me accompany you to your ship. He walks you through the huge council doors and into the docking area where you landed. The council is making a gift of the transport to you, so that you may travel to the various planets of the core. However, we have taken the precaution... Oh, this is actually all being said. The council is making a gift of the transport to you, so that you may travel to various places on the core. However, we have taken the precaution of crippling the mechanism that allows the ship to travel back across the event horizon. Never again will you leave the core. Convergence examines the ship's flight computer and then programs in another course. You will now be able to fly between here and the main Hichi city, he says. Quarters have already been prepared for you. When you arrive at the city's hangar, officials will show you there. Convergence walks away and you get into the ship. After a short flight, Hichi officials meet you at the city's hangar and lead you to your new quarters. Exhausted, you climb into the sleep thing hanging from the wall. As you drift off to sleep, you hear the councilman's words once more. Never again will you leave the core. Part 4. Homeworld. Your quarters. This room would give new meaning to the word spacious, if spacious would then mean crowded to within an inch of your life. The few furnishings here take up all available space. There is a cocoon-like bed hanging from the wall, and a small table and chair next to it. A small cabinet is affixed to the wall as well. The room has started to make you feel claustrophobic. You wonder if the Hichi normally live this way, or if this is just how they treat their guests. On the wall, you see a communication device. It is blinking rapidly. You see a pod here. Whew! And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a video. In fact, I'm probably going to cut this one in two, because this video turned out a lot longer than I was expecting it to. Yeah, so let's save here. We are now on the Hichi Homeworld, LP8. How's that for surprising? I like the music though. Okay, so that's it. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. And see you next time. I'm playing a game!